Toxic triggers are the things that cause you to use to begin with. So if you're in a lousy relationship and that relationship causes you to use and abuse, you don't go back to that same toxic relationship. I can't tell you how many times we have patients that are doing really, really well. And after a couple, 2-3 months, they decide to reacquaint themselves with the boy or the girl or the man or the woman that they were in love with before. Well, they were in love with them before because they were both hammered and high. So now they're not hammered and high, but maybe he isn't and she is, or he isn't and she is. Like, it depends on male or female. But going back to that relationship, going back to mom and dad's house, where mom and dad were the trigger. Where the way dad talked to me was the reason I wanted to go use or jump off a building or drink myself into oblivion. So that's where the boundaries and choices parts of our program and other programs are imperative, is knowing how to put boundaries up around those toxic triggers. Back to a job, back to the wrong job, the job that caused you to get sick to begin with, or played a part in how you got sick to begin with. Too much stress, little crazy hours. If you're an alcoholic and working in a bar, clearly you're not going back to work in a bar if you're in recovery, or shouldn't be. And I guess the last thing, the biggest trigger that we see that's a common thread is after a short period of time giving up on your recovery program. Just, I got this now, I'm good. I've done it for 2 or 3 months, I've gone to a bunch of meetings, I've done my therapy, I'm clean, I'm not using, I'm not really having a hard time with it, I'm good. I can hang with those people, or I can be with my buddies while they're drinking, or be with my buddies while they're getting high, and it's not going to impact me. And the answer is no. So the 4 key triggers to relapse are essentially the 4 key triggers that got you involved in addiction and mental health disease to begin with. Your triggers are your triggers, whether they're before or after.